What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be doing another tier list, and today we're going to be doing game developers. I actually am kind of surprised I've never done this tier list before. I have some pretty strong opinions about some of these game developers. Other ones I kind of like have good opinions on. So I wanted to kind of do this little video because I saw it on TikTok. I was like, man, that's a good idea for a video. So we're kind of stealing that idea and we are applying it here. So I have the game developers up. Some of these I don't really recognize out the bat. Like, I don't know what this red thing is here. So I'll have to look this up somehow. There's others I know. So I guess we'll do the ones I know for sure right now. And then we'll go into ones I'm kind of like not sure what they are. But we're going to go with the ones I have the strong opinions on first. And then we're going to work our way through until we get to the ones that I'm kind of like not sure about. So first, we're going to go with 343 Industries. Now, obviously, I don't think 343 has made anything other than the Halo games after Bungie. Of course, they were with Bungie with the original Halo games, which were really freaking good. But ever since Bungie left making Halo, all the Halo games have been either mediocre or just plain terrible. And they've made some interesting claims about video games in general and just don't seem to really care about their player base, except for maybe on Halo Infinite they kind of did, but Halo Infinite's release has been terrible, and they just have not made a good game ever. Like, they're literally considered to be one of the worst game studios out right now, and for that reason, that is going to drizzling shits. Double Fine, the only game that I've played from them is Psychonauts, which are really good games. I'm gonna go ahead and look through their catalog real fast and see if there's anything I recognize. Okay, according to this Wikipedia article, they have made Connect Party, of course, the Psychonauts games, which are really good. Seems like their Psychonauts games are their biggest games, and it was their first game they ever made. But other than that, I don't really see anything over here too crazy. Other than, I think I've played Iron Brigade before, and Connect Party I've seen gameplay on, I'm pretty sure. But of course, Psychonauts 1 and 2 being their biggest projects. So for Double Fine, there's really not enough like powerhouse games that they have made in their catalog to really consider them anything more than like meh. Although the Psychonauts games are really freaking good, don't get me wrong, but there's just not enough in their catalog to really give them anything over a meh, like kind of middle of the road mediocre tier. So that's just my opinion. Moving on to Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is a name that sounds very familiar, but I just can't think of any of the games they've released so far. So let me go ahead and look that up. Okay, this is even a smaller catalog of games than fucking Double Fine was. So they've only developed what, like 11 games. Their biggest hits being Ghost of Tsushima and now Ghost of Yotai, which is releasing later this month. I think I think it's releasing very soon. Sly Cooper games and Infamous, which looks very familiar, but I don't know if I've actually ever played these games. So there's not a single game in this development team that I've actually played. I probably plan on playing Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yote at some point, but since I don't really have any strong opinions on them and it doesn't look like they have a huge catalog, I'm just gonna put them in the med tier as well. I have no idea what the heck this is, so we're gonna see if we can we reverse image search this and see what it is. Actually, we're just going to skip that one for now. Creative Assembly. Once again, a very familiar name. I'm going to look them up, though. Okay, so I recognize immediately that they made the Total War games, which are pretty good and considered to be like top of the line real-time strategy and turn-based strategy games. Really a big fan of Empire Total War. I played Total War Shogun 2. Really good games, very deep and interesting games. It's pretty much the only games they've actually played or made from the appearance of this is just all the Total War games. Considered to be one of the best, if not the best. They made Alien Isolation and Halo Wars 2. Did they make the first Halo Wars? Just the second one. Okay, that's really cool. I didn't even know they made the second Halo Wars game, but they have a certain niche to them where they mainly do, except for Alien Isolation, I guess, in the London Olympics 2012, oddly enough. They seem to have a pretty decent catalog. A lot of the Total War games are pretty hit and miss, and especially recently, I've heard that the fucking Total War games have kind of fallen off, and except for Warhammer, they seem to be not very good for the most part, which is kind of a shame. But I know Shogun, Shogun 2, Medieval 2, Napoleon, obviously the Warhammer ones, Halo Wars 2, which I haven't really played, but I heard it's really good. And Alien Isolation is considered to be a really good game as well. I think this might be the first one that we put in great tier. The only thing really holding it back is the only thing really holding it back is the kind of falling off of the Total War game, since that's like their main thing. So they might go on the top of mid, but we'll keep it on great for now. Nintendo, if we're talking about just purely off the games they've made and not their business practices, then they're going in probably great or the very best. I mean, you cannot deny all the iconic games. Like gaming would not be where it is right now if it wasn't for Nintendo. I mean, you're talking about the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, GameCube, Nintendo 64, the Wii with freaking Wii Sports. I mean, it's going here if we just completely ignore their business practices. I mean, there's just so many games. Super Mario 64, one of the best platformers of all time. You got freaking Mario Kart, a very fun racing game. You got Wii Sports, the best selling single console release of all time. They and then obviously the other games on the Nintendo 64 and just the games that they've developed as well. I don't know if Nintendo actually developed obviously Wii Sports, but it was on their console, so I don't know. You still, even without, you got Zelda, just Donkey Kong, all kinds of games that would put it at at least great tier, if not the very best. If we're talking about their business practices, then we're gonna go about here. So I'm gonna meet somewhere in the middle and just gonna put them on great because they do make very good games. I cannot deny that. Not a really big fan of the Switch or the Switch 2. Kind of stopped using Nintendo products after the 3DS, but honestly, most of the games that they develop are really good. Smash Bros. Too. That's another one I didn't even mention. Smash Bros. One of the best fighters ever as well. So a lot of great games in their catalog. Next up, we have Epic Games. Obviously, their biggest hit is Fortnite. They have a few other games in their catalog, I think, that are really good. Not just Fortnite. They've been around for a lot longer than I thought they were. It says 1991. They made Unreal Tournament, Gears of War. I didn't know they made Gears of War. Obviously, Fortnite, their biggest. Yeah, so let me see. This is like Gears of War, Fortnite. Bulletstorm seems familiar. And Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament, Gears of War, and Fortnite seems to be their biggest games. Can't deny the fact that that Fortnite is literally the biggest battle royale to ever exist, and is one of the most popular games of all time, if not the most popular game of all time. I mean, everyone knows what fucking Fortnite is. It's up there with like fucking Roblox, Minecraft, and stuff. So cannot deny that Epic Games is definitely up there among the greats. Maybe not the very best because they don't have a lot of they don't make nothing but like big hitters. They do tend to make some pretty mediocre games. I know Gears of War games kind of fell off after 1 and 2, and I know that Unreal Tournament, good right for the time, but not really holds up anymore. And Fortnite is kind of like hit or miss. Next up, we have 2K, which obviously super popular for its 2K or the NBA 2K games. They make all the Civilization games or just 4? But they made, I guess they're part of Civilization 4. I haven't played Civilization 4. I played Civilization 5 and 6, but I have not played 4. So don't really have any much opinion, but I do like the Civilization games. The NBA games, College Hoops. Never really played the College Hoops games, but I did play some of the 2K games, and they're honestly considered to be one of the best sports games out anymore, which isn't really high praise considering that sports games are not that good anymore. I mean, the Family Guy video game, oddly enough. I mean, All Pro Football 2K8, which is literally considered to be the best football game ever made. Just going to put that out there as well. They made Bioshock. They're a big development team, so they've made a lot of games. Borderlands, not a huge fan of Borderlands, but Mafia, good game. They made Duke Nukem Forever, which was a really bad game from what I've heard. Like, absolutely terrible. Took years to make it, and it sucked. I made Spec Ops The Line. I made XCOM. Of course, I made WWE games, which are very hit or miss. Mafia 3, which is really good from what I've heard. Haven't played it myself. The 2K games kind of fell off after 2K16, so 2Ks really don't mean much after this point. And the 2K WWE 2K games aren't very good either. Borderlands aren't my favorite, but they're pretty decent games. They made the Civilization games, which are some of my favorite games of all time. So that's pretty good. Mafia, The Old Country. They made some pretty good games. I will not deny that. They made some pretty good games. Obviously, their most popular probably going to be the NBA 2K games. They made what is considered to be the best NFL game, football game ever made with All Pro Football 2K8. They made, college hoops was always really good. Like the early or the mid 2010s NBA 2K games and like the college hoops games from previously are some considered to be some of the best sports games ever made. They made the Civilization games, which are really freaking good games. I love those games. They made BioShock really good. They made Borderlands really good. Gotta give 2K. They might not be as good anymore, but they definitely deserve their props. We're gonna put them right there, right between Creative Assembly and Epic Games. Have really good games, but nowadays they kind of fell off. If they were like at a peak, they might have been up here, man. But these days they're kind of right there. Bandai Namco. I can think of a few good games that they have made. I can think of a lot of games they've made off the top of my head, but I want to see for myself what they've made. So they've been around since 2006. They made the Ace Combat games, Naruto Ultimate Ninja. They made a shit ton of games in 2006. They made the Soul Calibur, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, which I consider to be probably one of the best, if not the best, fighting game ever made. Fucking love that game. Played the shit out of it on the PlayStation 2. Played some of the Ace Combat games. I think it wasn't that one that I played, but I played one. I played one of the Tekken games. It was Tekken Tag Tournament or Tekken something. I played Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit before. I was not my favorite, as my voice cracks from just thinking about it. So they make a lot of anime titled games. I'm assuming they're based in Japan. Tank. What the fuck is that? Made some Gundam games. They have a huge catalog of games that they've made. Another Ace Combat game. I played some of the Ace Combat games, not a whole lot of them. Those games they published. Yeah. Not games that they've developed, but they've also published some of these. We're counting for both, even though it's not really fair for some of the other developers. Of course, they were FromSoft on Dark Souls and Armored Core. They seem to be like the main publisher other than Nintendo for games based out of Japan, from what I've seen. Mainly like the anime games and stuff. It seems all the Dark Souls games they published with FromSoft. They did Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I've only seen a whole lot of games that they've personally developed. I think they're mainly a publisher. They did Summer Lesson. What the fuck is that? It's like them dating sim. It seems like as a developer for Bandai Namco, I'd probably put them in meh. But we're just kind of basing them overall as a publisher and a developer. So we're going to put them in I'm really not sure about the business practice of Bandai. Also, we're still going to put them in the top of meh. There's just not a whole lot of really good games. There's a whole mixed bag of games. Next up, we have Bethesda, man. Let's talk about the fall off of this studio, dude. This used to be arguably one of the best studios to ever live, bro. They had such a crazy streak of just absolutely banger ass games. A Fallout series after Fallout 2. We're talking about New Vegas, freaking 4, 3, pretty much after fucking Fallout 4 kind of fell off. You got Skyrim, which I don't know if they'll ever make a sequel to it at all. I don't think there'll ever be another Elder Scrolls game. But then after Skyrim and especially Fallout 4, they just really fell off, man. Starfield was a flop. I don't know if they've made any cool game. I mean, Fallout 76 wasn't really particularly good. And there just hasn't been a whole lot of success with Bethesda recently. Unfortunately, we're going to put it at the bottom of meh. If this was 2013 or something, dude, they're going in the great or maybe even the very best. But anymore, man, at the bottom, man. BioWare. I can think of a few great games BioWare has made. I know Battlefront 2 is one of them. Shattered still seems very familiar. They made the original Baldur's Gate. The original Baldur's Gate. Don't know what that is. Baldur's Gate 2. I think it's a DLC. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, considered to be one of the better RPGs to ever release. Mass Effect. Alright, alright. They made some pretty good games. Dragon Age. I haven't really played Dragon Age. Star Wars The Old Republic, which I consider to be the best MMORPG I've ever played, but I'm not really big into that genre at all, so take it with a grain of salt. Command and Conquer, heard good things about that. Mass Effect Andromeda, unfortunately, was a flop and is the only Mass Effect game I've ever played. Anthem sucked. Seems like BioWare recently hasn't been particularly good. But they play some really fucking good games in the early 2010s and late in 2000s. I mean, we're talking about, like I said, Knights of the Old Republic, the first one, the good one, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, the early Dragon Age games, the first two Baldur's Gate games. So they definitely have some good games on their resume. I don't know if it really puts them into a great tier though. I think it does actually. We're gonna put like right there at the bottom of great. Bungie. I have some very strong opinions about Bungie, man. See, if we were talking about when they made Halo games, oh, they're going up here. I fucking love the original three Halo games. Reach, not so much, but Halo 1, 2, and 3 will always hold a special place in my heart. Destiny 1 was really good. I did like Destiny 1. But then we're talking about Destiny 2, and then it just falls. Destiny 2 has been like the most greediest cesspool that Bungie has ever made, man. I just cannot fuck with Destiny 2 and the business practices that Bungie has used to make that game as profitable as possible. But the Halo games have such a special place in my heart, and I wish they never left Halo 2, 3, 4, 3, and let it just get burn in hell pretty much and make Destiny, which Destiny 1 I did enjoy. And the beginning of Destiny 2 I enjoyed, but Destiny 2 now just I can't fuck with it. I'm putting Bungie into man. It really hurts me. It really hurts me to put them there. But it's kind of like the same thing with Bethesda, where they kind of fell off, and they just don't make games very much often either. Sega, obviously Sega made the Sonic games. Other than that, I can't really think of anything on the top of my head. Obviously, they make their own consoles. They're also a publisher. They've been around for a long time. Honestly, not gonna. I apologize. I'm obviously not gonna be able to recognize a lot of these games from the freaking 80s. Dang, they made a lot of games. We're gonna go to the 2000s and see if we can recognize anything here. Here we go, 2000. 18 wheeler. That's familiar because a glitch where you can literally drive backwards and go absolutely fucking faster than the speed of light. Did they actually make that game though? They did. They published the original NFL 2K games. Of course, they made the Sonic games like I mentioned before. Crazy Taxi. That sounds familiar. Never played it. They made the original ESPN football games. Considered to be some of the greatest football games ever made. They did it with Visual Concepts, which is now like 2K and stuff. Oh, I said Sonic games again. Oh my gosh, I can't freaking stop yawning. Football Manager 2005. I've heard some decent things about Football Manager. We made the Yakuza game, which I did play Yakuza 0, but I never finished it, and I thought it was a pretty alright game. Little open world action adventure game. It's pretty fun. They helped with, I guess, Medieval 2. I guess they published it or something. I don't know. Man, they made a crap ton of games in 2008. They made so many games. None of these I've really played, to be honest. A lot of these I've heard of, like Bayonetta. I guess they're part of the Empire or the Total War games as well with Creative Assembly. I wish they still made these Olympic games, video games. I thought that'd be really cool. So I'm not seeing any like crazy games that pop out at me, to be honest. They literally made so many freaking games. or published them. They're like a huge publisher. Company Hero sounds familiar, but I never played it. 'Cause I don't think I did. Hatsune Miku. They published Alien Isolation. Well, I guess they still do because they have the Tokyo Olympics 2020 right here. What was the Olympics held last time? Like China or Seoul? Or that was the Winter Olympics, wasn't it? Seoul. All right, so this is a developer that's been around for a very long time and have made a large amount of games, published and developed. You know, big hitters like obviously the Sonic games. They made some of the best they published a lot of the best like sports games as well, Sonic and stuff like I already mentioned, and a lot of others that were really good. I'm gonna put them in the greats. I'll put them on top of the great tier. Capcom. Let's look at some games from them. I know I played a few of them. Didn't they make the Final Fantasy game? Were they part of the Final Fantasy game? Resident Evil. I can already see big game there. Made the Ace Attorney games. Dead Rising. That sounds familiar. Devil May Cry games. Marvel vs. Capcom games. Mega Man. Monster Hunter games. I do like the Monster Hunter games. Heard good things about Okami. Resident Evil games, obviously really good. Street Fighter games. I wish I had a better list. I don't know why they're being weird. All right, based off those games, I'm not going to go too deep into it because I want to take up more time. This video is already taking up 30 freaking minutes just looking at the games they've made. So we're going to kind of like rush through these a little bit more here. Capcom, we're going to put you in the top of meh. No, not the top of meh. We'll put you like right here. Resident Evil games have been kind of hit or miss over the years, I think. And what else do they make? Like freaking the Monster Hunter games, they're pretty good. But just not a whole lot of stuff to go on there for them. All right, CD Projekt Red. Obviously, they made what is considered to be one of the best games of all time with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. They also made the Cyberpunk 2077, which had a rough release, but ended up being a pretty good game at the end. Not really a whole lot of things I can think of that they've really made over the years, so we're going to put them like right there. Next up, we have DICE, which is obviously responsible for the Battlefield games that EA publishes. They develop the Battlefield games. Some have been really good and considered to be some of the best first-person shooter experiences, especially for large-scale first-person shooters in the of all time. But recently, DICE has kind of fell off, and we're going to put them in mid tier, about below CD Projekt Red. Microsoft Game Studios, I mean, obviously responsible for making Halo. I can't really think of anything else they made off the top of my head. But we're talking about the later Halos. They kind of struggled. I'm sure they've had some other good ones. Let's see, actually. They've made Halo, Gears of War, Minecraft, Forza, The Elder Scrolls, Starfield, Call of Duty, Diablo, and Fable. They also made the Microsoft Flight Simulator, obviously. Minecraft, huge fucking game. Literally the biggest and most sold game of all time. Forza, it's okay, racing games. Gears of War kind of fell off. Halo's fallen off. Fable isn't very big. Age of Empires, it's okay. Microsoft Flight Simulator is pretty cool, but not something crazy. Starfield fucking fell. Grounded is pretty good. They weren't really part of Elder Scrolls or Fallout until they bought them. They made Doom, Diablo, so Sea of Thieves, Dishonored. So they made some pretty good games. I'm gonna put Minecraft in the greats, man. I'll put them in the greats, but they're gonna be towards the bottom. I'm gonna put them right here. Worse than Nintendo. EA. Hey man, if we're talking about EA as a whole, bro, they're greedy, man. Of course, they made the Madden games, which are kind of like trash nowadays, considered to be some of the worst sports experiences you could have. But they also made the FIFA games, which are pretty good. Obviously, published the Battlefield games. They have some. I like the Star Wars games they've developed. The Battlefront series that they made were pretty good. I think Dice was a part of that as well, if I'm not mistaken. They also made the Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor games, which is really good. So As far as the quality of their games, it's pretty good, but I'm still not gonna put them in out of meh because of their business practices, man. Kind of like the same thing with Nintendo. If I do it to Nintendo, I'm gonna do it for EA, and EA has not made as good as games. It had not had the same consistency as Nintendo. At least Nintendo still makes good games. They just really suck at, you know. We're gonna put them like at the top of meh. FromSoft, they're the only games I really think of that they've made is the Armored Core and the Dark Souls games, and Elden Ring as well. Elden Ring I consider to be the best game of all time, and just Souls-like games in general are some of my favorite games ever. So I'm obviously gonna put them in the great. Actually, yeah, they haven't made a whole lot of games. I mean, all I can think of is, like I said, the Armored Core series and the Dark Souls and Elden Ring series is the only games I've really played or heard of from them. But I just love their games so much. I mean, this is just gonna be super biased, but I'm putting them like right there. Gearbox. I can't really think of anything they've made. They may, I guess, they made Risk of Rain, Borderlands, Brothers in Arms. Which I've heard are pretty good. Duke Nukem Overwatch fell off. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. They're showing Halo here. How the fuck did Gearbox make Halo? Half-Life, Brothers in Arms, Borderlands series, Duke Nukem series, Aliens, Colonial Marines, Battleborn, and Homeworld series. They also developed Risk of Rain or published Risk of Rain 2. That's all I really see from this. So other than Half-Life, I don't really see anything too crazy on here. I mean, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is pretty cool. I did enjoy that. Halo Combat Evolved. They made the Windows port to Combat Evolved, which is kind of cool. Brothers in Arms, I've heard good things about. Duke Nukem Forever was a huge flop. Borderlands is pretty cool, but nothing too crazy. Gearbox is going into mid. Oh, wrong. Mid. Like right there. Actually, right here. Actually, right here. Fireaxis games. Civilization games. I do love my Civilization. I made XCOM, Alien Unknown. So I made XCOM and Civilization. I do really love Civilization. I think this is probably one of the better turn-based, if not like, well, I don't say it's the best, but this is one of the best turn-based strategy games out there. So they're definitely really good at making those. And I've heard Xbox or XCOM is really good too, but not a whole lot of stuff that's like really crazy on their catalog here. We're gonna go into Meh again. ID. I don't know what the fuck ID is. Rather find out. Wolfenstein, Doom, Quake, Rage. I don't really know much enough about them to really say anything. I've not really played those games. And they don't seem to have made very much, so we're gonna put them below Bungie. Insomniac games. They made the Spyro games, Ratchet and Clank, Marvel Spider-Man. That's a pretty good game. Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2. I played one of the Spyro games. I think it was Spyro 2. Never played Ratchet and Clank, but I've heard good things about it. Sunset Overdrive, I barely played. It wasn't really my thing. So, and they made the Spider-Man games. We're going to put Insomniac at like meh. There's going to be a lot of meh on here because they just had not made enough games to really give me a strong opinion on them and make them one of the greats. Like, for them to be the greats, they have to have like so many good games. I put them like, yeah, like right there. Square Enix, definitely have played a few of their games. They made the Final Fantasy games. The Final Fantasy game, Dragon Quest, which I heard is like really popular in Japan. Obviously, another Japanese development team. They made the Kingdom Hearts games. They helped to develop the Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Japan release. So it seems like mainly Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and Kingdom Hearts seems to be like the big games that they've made. Never played any of their games, so it's hard to really say. Oh, they made Nier. I've heard good things about those. Good things about those, the Nier series and stuff. Yeah, they made Nier Automata. So it seems like Nier, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, all really, really good games. Really good series with a lot of staying power. Except for maybe Nier, but I need to play Nier. I haven't played it. I'm gonna try to play it at some point, but Yeah, man, they seem to have made some pretty good games. So, and looks like they have a Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out soon, or at least announced it with no release date. But they're still kind of. I'll put them in great, but the bottom because if they like the Final Fantasy series is just huge. Dragon Quest, literally huge in Japan. Probably one of the most popular games there. Kingdom Hearts, big, and then Near has been considered to be really good games as well. So we'll put them in the bottom of great. Valve. Can't really think of a lot of games Valve has made. Okay, they made Portal, Team Fortress 2, obviously Half-Life, I knew that, which is Counter Strike. Counter Strike was like a mod from Half-Life. Half-Life 2, super even to this day still super popular. Even though it came out in 2004, it's still pretty popular. Portal, really cool, really good puzzle game. Team Fortress 2, Left 4 Dead, Dota 2. So yeah, they made some really good games. We're gonna put them on top in great as well. Put them like right here above Nintendo, because at least they don't have terrible business practices. But you know they made some pretty good games. Team Fortress 2, Half-Life, Half-Life 2, all great games. Counter Strike, Dota, good games. Naughty Dog. The only games I know that they have developed is the God of War series, which is really freaking good. I just got done playing the two that released on PC, which was the 2018 and the Ragnarok. I haven't beat the Ragnarok DLC yet, but you know, I just don't know if they deserve to come out mad though. It's just you gotta think about like if they only have a few really good games. Okay, they made The Last of Us. No, I'm thinking of Studio Santa Monica. Oh my god, I'm all the way fucked up. No, they've been around for a fucking while. They made The Last of Us, Uncharted, Crash Bandicoot. Sorry. Yeah, we're going in, man. Last of Us 1 is considered to be one of the best games, a really good game, and it won Game of the Year, I think, the year it came out. But not the Last of Us 2 wasn't really super great, and it was kind of a step down. Uncharted games are really good, but other than that, I mean, Crash Bandicoot isn't really something I'm into, but I've heard it's really good. But I guess we'll put it at the bottom of great. Activision, I mean, obviously they're big on the Call of Duty games. I mean, Activision has made a lot of games actually, not just Call of Duty. I mean, they're part of, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. They published the Spider-Man games. All right, without wasting any more like too much time on this, Activision. I mean, Call of Duty's kind of fallen off, but they've made a lot of games. It was part of a lot of games, not only Call of Duty, but even with just Call of Duty, I still think they belong in the great because just to think about like without Call of Duty, first person shooters would not be where they are today, like at all without Call of Duty. So especially Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So Activision is definitely going in the greats, somewhere near the top. I'd say actually over Sega. I put Activision at the top of great over Epic Games because Call of Duty Warzone is like on the same tier as Epic Games. So with Fortnite and this Activision has just made a significantly more amount of games. So Obsidian, man, I draw blanks when I see that. I don't really track the studios. I'm pretty sure what they made Dragon Age. Is that correct? Fallout New Vegas, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, Star Wars Park, the Stick of Truth, Pillars of Eternity, The Outer Worlds, Avowed, and Grounded. I mean, other than like Fallout New Vegas and The Outer Worlds, maybe, there's nothing too crazy here to look at. Definitely not going in the great tiers. We're going to put it like right there. Actually, over Gearbox, like right there. I'm guessing this is Sony. Obviously, Sony's one of the GOATs. Cannot deny that. I mean, PlayStation exclusives are absolutely crazy. They published way more games than I even care to look at. They're going to be in the very best, I think. Nether's Realm? I've never even heard of them. NetherRealm Games? They must be new. I've never heard of them. They made the Mortal Kombat games, the recent ones, and Injustice games. So it seems like they made mainly a fighting developer. That's just the definition of meh. Even worse than Bethesda. Respawn. I know they made obviously Apex. They made Apex, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and Survivor, Titanfall series. Any other niche games that they developed? Nope, they just have not had a huge. I mean, from the games that they have made, I mean, these are like really good. I mean, Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor, pretty good action adventure games. Obviously, Apex Legends is a huge battle royale. Titanfall 1 and 2, absolutely great games. But they just haven't done enough to really put them over meh. Put them like right there. They made good games, but fucking Rockstar. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, they have not made a bad game. I mean, they take a long ass time to make their games, but by God, when they fucking release a game, you know it is going to be some of the best shit you can fucking consume, bro. Like they push the envelope with every game they release. It's actually crazy. I mean, every GTA game, fucking fire. The Red Dead Redemption games, fire. Like everything they fucking touch is just absolute gold. So we gotta put them on top. Rocksteady, I've never even heard of fucking Rocksteady. They made the Batman games. I mean, I would put them just about bearable because I heard that the freaking Suicide Squad game is absolutely fucking terrible. But the Arkham Knights and Arkham City games is like in Arkham Asylum. Like all these games are really good. THQ, okay, they've been around for a while. What does distributed titles mean? Are they only a publisher? What's gonna be? I don't know. It's just so much to look at here, man. All right, let's go from the top. The Lawnmower Man. Seems like they've made quite a big like variety of games. Toy Story 2, Madden NFL 2000. So they had early involvement in the Madden games. NASCAR 2000. Man, I'm just scrolling through. I'm just not seeing any games. I mean, MX versus ATV Unleash is really good. Destroy All Humans is really good. I mean, not really good. It's just good, but not really seeing anything that's really jumped out at me yet. Well, they pretty much published all these games. They haven't really made much. Mostly published. They published the Saints Row games, which is kind of cool. I do like it. I did like those games. Not crazy good, but they were alright. Seems like they do a lot of like movie-based video games. Is the impression I'm getting. I've seen like SpongeBob, Rio, freaking Kung Fu Panda. They haven't published anything since 2012. Do they not exist anymore? Well, I've seen they made some pretty good games, but nothing crazy. We put them like right here. Yeah. Ninja Theory. Not really seeing anything here crazy. Ubisoft. Fuck Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed games suck now. Siege sucks now, which is their best title. They literally said that you should get used to not owning video games anymore. I can't remember a single game that they've released recently that is any good. And then on top of that, they're going bankrupt because of how ass they are. Straight there. Paradox. I recognize the logo there. Wait, City Skylines. Grand Strategy Games. Crusader Kings. Hearts of Iron. Don't seem to like. I don't really like this Wikipedia article. They made the Grand Strategy games, Surviving Mars, City Skylines, Prison Architect, Shadowrun. Like right there. Don't know what that is. Blizzard. They made some pretty decent games, but their business practices are trash. Bit of unbearable. Infinity Ward obviously responsible for the Modern Warfare games and like the other fucking Call of Duty games that's not fucking Black Ops. I'm trying to run this. It's been an hour video. I'm trying to run this through, guys. I apologize. We're gonna put these at like just above Bungie. Neversoft, Guitar Hero, Call of Duty Ghost, kind of weird. Tony Hawk's, Spider-Man. Never really been a Guitar Hero, so Treyarch. I do prefer the Modern Warfare games over the Black Ops games, but you cannot deny that Zombies was really freaking good. So, I mean, they're kind of like in the same boat. Konami, Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid, Dance Dance Revolution. Yeah, nothing crazy, man. There's so many motherfucking developers in meh. Like, golly. Platinum Games? They made Bayonetta, Star Fox Zero, Near Automata, Ninja Gaiden. None of those games are bad, I guess. Kojima. Well, they made Death Stranding. They made the Metal Gear Solid games. Alright, I don't really see anything out in here too crazy. We'll put them towards the top though. Raven Software. I know Raven. Raven's made some pretty good games. Quake 4, Call of Duty Warzone. I'll put them up there with the greats. Don't know what that is. Resonair? Has Resonair made anything? All I see is a damn Tetris game. They're gonna Dizzling shits. Game Freak. Game Freak makes. Oh. Okay, what we got here? We got fucking Game Freak. Game Freak makes the Pokemon games, correct? Bang, because Pokemon games suck now. Factor 5. It's Star Wars Rogue Squadron and Battle for Naboo. Resident Evil 2 in parts. Nothing crazy, I guess. All these I don't know. I really don't feel like looking them up, to be honest. So here's our tier list of the game developers. This video took so much longer than I thought it was going to. We're at an hour and 11 minutes to have to edit down to like hopefully a reasonable watch time. But we have the very best being Rockstar and Sony. And at the very bottom we have 343, Ubisoft, Resonair, and Game Freak. Game Freak because Pokemon games suck and they're greedy as fuck. Resonair because they just didn't have very many games at all. Ubisoft because their business practices and most of their games suck now. 343 because their games fucking suck. They have not made a single good game. And yeah, there's a lot of mid game developers. Honestly, I could see putting like these three up to the greats. But here's our greats tier, and here's our very best. So let me know what you think about these game developers in the comments. Let me know what these are, so maybe I can update this list a little bit. And yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.